Hello there, I'm David from London and Home Counties Safes. Welcome to another video. And this time around we're having a look at another Eurograde safe. This is our Sussex Eurograde 1 size 7 keylocking safe. I have here the data sheet that I've printed out from our website, and I'm filming this in April 2022. And at the time of filming, if you wanted one of these safes with free delivery and free installation, you'd be paying £2,532, including VAT. So let's talk about the safe. So this is the largest of the current lineup of the Sussex range of Eurograde 1 safes. This is the size 7, and as you can imagine, it goes all the way down to the size 1. So this is the largest one. This is the key operated version. And we can see the keys here. Comes with 2 keys. There's 2 additional keys. I'll explain those in a second. But essentially, to get in and out of the safe, you need any one of these 2 larger keys. There's one in the safe at the moment. So as with all of the 7 sizes in the Sussex, they're all available with the keylocking, which is slightly cheaper, or you can have an electronic keypad, and I'll pop a picture of the electronic keypad now so you can see what that looks like if you wanted one of those. So it's Eurograde 1, which is a reference to its insurance rating, which if you're researching safes, you've probably come across. So with Eurograde 1, this safe is suitable for storing up to £10,000 in cash or up to £100,000 in your valuables, jewellery and that type of thing. So quick look at the external dimensions. We've got a height of 940 millimetres, so it's just under a metre tall, a width of 515 millimetres, and a depth of 425 millimetres. But to the depth, you do need to allow an extra 45 millimetres for the handle, which protrudes from the face of the door by another 45 millimetres, just in case it's a tight cupboard or something that's going into. That could be useful. So I'm going to go ahead and open the safe. We move the excussion keyhole cover out of the way, and we pop our key in, rotate the key, and now we just turn the handle, and the handle moves the boltwork. That's the boltwork. I'm turning the handle so you can see, and we can then open the safe up fully. So if you want full access to the internal width of the safe, i.e. putting in box files or large jewellery boxes or something like that, you will need to leave room wherever you're planning on having the safe for the door to open almost fully. In fact, it probably needs to go slightly more than I've got it there, so that the entire width, available internal width, is available to you. I mean, it will work with the door just opened to 90 degrees, but you have limited the amount of room you've got for the width for access for getting large items in if you do that. So internally, we've got an internal height of 864 millimetres, internal width of 455 millimetres, and your internal sort of usable depth is 305 millimetres. And we'll look at what kind of thing can fit in the safe in a moment, but the internal capacity, which is measured in litres, like a fish tank or a bathtub, is 120 litres. So it is a big safe, this one. This particular safe is destined for a customer of ours. It's a law firm, and they're going to be using it for storing paperwork and folders, things like that. So we'll look at that in a second. But we did another one with the digital keypad last week, and that went to a normal home where the gentleman was a collector of watches. So with regards to what can fit in the safe, so I've positioned the shelf, and the shelves it comes with 2 shelves, and they are multi-positionable, as you can see. But I position them in the most common office layout, which is for files. So at the top I've got an A4 file, and as you can see, you'd get a stack of those across there. And then I've got a larger lever arch file there, which would you'd get a stack of those across there. I've also got a box file. I'll pop that in now. So that's a regular size box file in there with the A4 file there. So if you were to lay it out in this position, you'd be able to get all your files and bits and pieces like that on, or hopefully on those 2 shelves. And you've still got this available area at the bottom where you could keep cash boxes, things like that, or watch boxes. Let's pop a watch box in. So I've got your luxury watch type box, and as you can see, you'd get a number of those in the bottom there if that's what you're looking to store. Likewise, a cash box. That size, you'd get 2 in there, no problem at all. So we'll have a word on the Eurograde rating and what I mean by that, and then we'll look at the installation of the safe. So on the inside of the door, you'll see this certification plate, and this has been issued by this organisation, VDS. And what they are is a test house. So they're an independent test house, and people take them products, in this instance a safe, and they carry out a number of tests on them and then issue them with a grading. And as you can see, the grading is the EN1143-1, that's your Eurograde, and it's Eurograde resistance 1, which, as I said earlier on, is suitable for £10,000 in cash or £100,000 in valuables. This means this is irrefutably accepted by all UK insurance companies for that rating. There would only need to be real exceptional circumstances to your personal risk, like, you didn't have a front door or something to your house where they might want to query that rating. But obviously always get your insurance approval before relying on it. So you're probably wondering about installation. We bolt the safe into your home. It has to be physically anchored to the fabric of your building in order to be insurance approved. There's often this talk about the manufacturers, or bolted to the manufacturer's specification. Well, the manufacturer's specification is so vague with all safes that it's really just open to interpretation on how it can be carried out, or the installation can be carried out in your home or business. I'll give you an idea and explain what I mean. The safe itself has got 2 fixing holes. So at the bottom, you've got this large fixing hole, and it comes with a bolt and a plug. Then you've got another one at the top here for bolting to the wall. So here's the instructions, or the manufacturer's instruction specification, if you like, that come with it. That's the cap. It comes with these cover caps to cover, once you put the bolt in, to cover them up, neaten them up. And it comes with one of these Hilti anchors. I used to work for Hilti actually back in the 1980s. Fantastic company with amazing products. Oh, focus, there you are. What's that? HST3 stainless steel anchor. And it talks about bolting it to a concrete floor of a certain strength, or a concrete wall of a certain strength. And you'll see here in this section it says all products have 1 fixing point in the bottom for anchoring, with the exception of grade 5, and all double door products, so like cabinets, which have 2 points in the bottom. Alternatively, it is possible to anchor through the rear wall, but this must be done by a professional safe installer, that's us, or authorised service organisation. Further down it goes on to say, in order to fulfil requirements of EN certification, all safes under 1,000 kilograms must be anchored to a concrete floor or a concrete wall. Should you choose to use any fixing method other than those specified as part of the EN test, then it is advised to consult with your insurer. Well, we issue a certificate stating exactly how we've installed your safe and what method and bolt, etc. that we've used, because it's normally not possible to do any of this. Occasionally it is, but normally it just isn't possible in the average home. But that doesn't mean to say you can't have a safe fitted, especially if your insurance company is saying you must have a safe fitted. They can't say you have to have your house knocked down and remade out of concrete if it's made out of brick and your floors are wooden, or you have underfloor heating and we can't drill the floor, etc. So typically we'd use a bolt that's not like this. We'd use a bolt that's suitable for brickwork, for masonry work through that back hole. So we'd want the safe in contact with the brick wall. We mark it, drill through and bolt it to the wall. If we can get another bolt down into the floor, we'll do that as well. Or that we may have the concrete floor, then that'll be perfect. We'll bolt it to the floor and then that would be fine. But in any event, we're going to issue you with a certificate with the method statement, which you can show to your insurance company. I realise I didn't actually talk about the bolt work properly. So you've got these large rectangular bolts down the leading edge of the door, and you've also got additional bolts, one at the bottom, you can just about see there, and the same one at the top. The hinges on this safe are external, but that isn't a vulnerability, because even if you were to take an oxyacetylene torch and cut the hinges off, you still wouldn't open the safe, because you've still got 2 means of it being held shut. You've got the bolts that I pointed out, and you've got this locking bar. So this is actually recessed. You see my fingers are going behind this all the way down the length of the door, and this sits behind this portion here, and that links the two things together. So removing the hinges would not get you into the safe at all. So the Eurograding means that you have to have a double-bitted high security approved locking mechanism, which this one has got. And you've got all the associated hardened drill plates behind the door, protecting the vulnerable parts from drill attack as well. This safe, although not technically fire resistant, you do have fire resistance because it's a very large heavy steel box with double walls with a lining inside, and you've got these fire strips that expand in the event of fire and seal against the inside of the door, and the manufacturer say you'll get half an hour of fire resistance up to 750 degrees. That test is carried out in a furnace though, so it's heated on all sides, so in your home it's unlikely to reach those kind of temperatures, you know. I mentioned those other keys earlier on. These two keys are the main key for opening the safe, and these smaller keys, well, they're for the back of the door. They're a security feature. So if, for example, this was you know, in use in an office or something like that where staff used it, the idea is that you don't give them this key to this lock so that they can't dismantle the back of the door and disable the security features of the door so that they can open it without a key. To be honest, it's a bit of a nonsense, and it isn't a requirement of the testing as far as I'm aware, because I've seen lots of Eurograde safes that don't have that, but it's an extra feature that the manufacturer have popped on this unit. So if we're fortunate enough for you to be purchasing a safe from us, and we very much hope that you do, and we'll show you will be very happy with the safe and the service, we have a number of accessories that you'll see as you add the item to your shopping cart. A pop-up will pop up and it will show you a number of accessories that you can choose. So what I'm going to do now is cut to another clip that I filmed on another day, so it's not going to look in continuity quite right, but it's I'm going to run through all of the accessories that are available to you now. So hopefully you're going to buy a safe from us and we're going to come and install it for you. So during the checkout process, if you are doing that, and thank you if you are, there's a number of accessories that you can purchase. So the first one is a automatic light, battery operated, 3 AAA cells, and it's got a little movement sensor, and that pops onto the underside of the top of the safe, and as you open the safe the light comes on, illuminates the contents. Very useful for dark cupboards or wardrobes, things like that, so you can see what's going on in there. And then we have this, which is a flame retardant wallet, so you can put your A4 documents and bits and pieces in there for extra fire protection. We have a carpet base if you want a carpet in the bottom of your safe. As you see, they don't come with one. If you want one, then that's an optional extra. This is a pair of Faraday pouches for putting car keys in. Key cloning theft of cars is very, very common now. You put your keys in here and the people with the dodgy equipment can't pick up the signal in the house to take your car away. And finally we have this dehumidifier box, which you can put inside the safe. It's reusable, you can dry it out on a radiator, absorbs moisture, protects things from condensation, because you can get condensation form inside a big steel box like that. Also useful for keeping firearms dry as well, and these are all recommended accessories for your safe that are available at checkout. You will have noticed that through this video I've been popping my WhatsApp number up there in the video. It's not a telephone number, you can WhatsApp me pictures of where you want the safe to go, or any questions that you might have. We can have a chat. If you want a phone, then it's the phone number on here, 0208 445 0001. There's a free phone number as well. Free phone number is on the website. So yeah, a bit more about us. So London and Home County Safes, londonsafes.co.uk, where you'll find this safe. There's a link to the safe in this video description. I know that doesn't help much if you're watching on a smart TV. I've noticed that the other night, you can't get to the links. So if you go to londonsafes.co.uk, you'll see this one. This is under the Sussex range, and it's, as I said, free delivery, free installation in all of these areas, and we are rated excellent on Trustpilot. Actually, at the time of filming, we are the #1 safe company on Trustpilot, but we've also got 5 stars on Google, and we've been doing this a very, very long time. We're a real company. We're not just internet entrepreneurs. In fact, we're not internet entrepreneurs at all. You'll probably find spelling mistakes on our website, but we're a real safe company, real safe guys. I drive a Volvo, so you know it's got to be safe. We've got a number of videos about all sorts of different safes on this YouTube channel. I mean, this might not be the safe that you're after. You might just want a really good safe for home. And if that's the case, please have a look at this video top right that I'm linking to now. That tends to be our most popular unit. And I'll also put it at the end of the video. And if you would consider subscribing, it would be massively appreciated. And now I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to cut to a really expensive cartoon that we have made. So we have to put it at the end of each video, and it explains a bit more about our service. Thanks for watching.
Free delivery and free installation. Your safe will be delivered and professionally installed by one of our own vetted employees who will arrive in an unmarked vehicle. Get in touch online or call us on 0800 711 7892.